Yo, what's up? It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here. Welcome to Nerd Torch TV, your #1 spot for anime, comics, and gaming. Sword Art Online is considered by a lot of people to be an amazing anime, but at the same time, it's considered by even more people to be a horrible anime. Well, maybe not even more, but it's probably like 50-50. Now, today is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, we're going to be starting to do nerdy discussion videos, and today I wanted to talk about how Sword Art Online could possibly be a good anime for certain people. So without further ado, let's hop right in. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Sword Art Online, or SAO for short, here's a little bit of a rundown. SAO is the story of Kirito, an extremely talented gamer who had just recently bought the virtual reality MMORPG Sword Art Online. Early in the game, he and all the other players realized that they were being trapped into the game until the game was completed. And if they died in the game, they also died in real life. It's not really anything new. Concepts for stories like these have been floating around for years and years. Now, although the concept isn't really anything new, it's still a concept that people have been proven to enjoy. Although the concept isn't really anything new, it's still a concept that people usually enjoy. Right from the start, you see some of the players actually having trouble in the game, which lets you know ahead of time, or lets you know in this moment, that the game isn't really easy. So there's an actual real sense of danger that these characters are actually in trouble. We're here to talk about and kind of break down, dive deep if you will, into what is it that people really like about the show, or the people that actually like the show, what is it that makes them like it. It actually has a lot to do with the production and how the story itself is packaged. Visually, SAO is stunning. It's beautiful, and as far as the aesthetics go, it seems to never disappoint. The background music itself is actually very pretty. Some of the people I've talked to actually said that they kind of like the fact that in the middle of the story, the main character kind of steps away from all the danger and everything, and he tries to live a normal life, which actually brings them closer to the character, or brings them, I guess, in the realm of the character is actually a real person. It gives them a look into the emotional side of things. Two of the main characters actually have a romantic relationship that develops over the course of the story, and it actually gives you the opportunity to see Kirito in a new light. No longer you see him as the apathetic loner type, but you get to see him as the boyfriend type. All these things combined makes it the ideal type of story for young teenagers. From what I can tell and the stats that I've seen, it's a very popular show when it comes to teenage females because they love Kirito. Now, this could be because of his cool, mysterious demeanor, or it could be because of the old school story of the guy rescuing the damsel in distress, or damsels in distress. Maybe it could be a similar situation of why the teenage girls really liked Edward back when Twilight was a big thing. Go Team Jacob. In my opinion, Sword Art Online is one of my favorite series as a whole, but it is not without plenty of flaws. Now, when I say that, what I actually mean is that I enjoyed the entire series from SAO 1 through SAO 2. Now, on the other side of the coin, we actually have those people that say SAO is horrible. Sword Art Online has what I'm going to call, for this video, I'm going to call them story jumps. These are points in time where one scene can fade out into another scene, and the next scene that comes in could actually be 2 weeks or so into the future without any notification to the viewer. Also, there was that part where I mentioned they actually took a break from the danger and actually tried to live a normal life, or Kirito tried to actually live a normal life. I personally didn't enjoy it that much when they did that, but I can actually see why a lot of other people may like it. And at the same time, I didn't dislike it either, so I'm kind of indifferent to it. But I'm not against it, it's like, yeah, kind of neutral. And just like Edward from Twilight, there actually are a lot of people who don't like Kirito as a character. I've actually heard from numerous people that Kirito just isn't interesting. And I can kind of get that, but at the same time, the story itself isn't really based upon him being interesting as a character. It's actually based upon normal people being put in extraordinary situations, or an interesting situation, if you will. Sword Art Online was actually targeted to a very specific audience, and it's really interesting to me as a content creator to actually figure out why is it that people like what they like. Even if it doesn't necessarily appeal to me. I actually enjoy SA2 a lot more than I enjoy SAO1, and even though they kind of removed the danger of them actually dying in real life, they still played on the heartstrings a little bit throughout the series, and I really enjoyed that too. A lot of times when I see people who don't like Sword Art Online, they usually don't fit the target demographic that the creators were actually trying to target. Does that make sense? Now, it's okay to criticize things in general, but if it wasn't really meant for you in the first place, a lot of times I feel like you should be able to see that that's not for me. As a content creator, when I was first starting out, I had to realize that a lot of times the content that you make is not going to be for everyone. Now, granted, when you're first starting out and you're writing a story, or you're starting a YouTube channel, or you're doing something creative for that matter, you try to appeal to everybody. You try to reach the broader audience and try to hit everybody with everything that you do, and it's really very ineffective to do that. Once you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing. So it's very, very effective to actually have a target for what you're trying to do and make sure you pick away at that target and nail it every time with everything that you make, and thus the momentum will actually build a lot faster instead of trying to reach everybody. And sometimes when you're creating something, you actually end up hitting another target audience that you never even planned to hit in the first place, and that's always an interesting learning situation as well. In the comment section down below, let me know what you guys thought of Sword Art Online as a whole, or as a series, or as Sword Art Online 1 or Sword Art Online 2. Me personally, I like to look at them both as a collective work, but some people like to split them up. Let me know what you guys thought of those, and as well as also give me future suggestions of things that you want to talk about, and we can have a discussion here on video on Wednesdays, discussion videos, and we can also continue the conversation in the comment section down below. Hit that like button if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also check out some of the other awesome videos that I have on the channel. It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here. I'm out. Peace.